나중에 뭐로 지을까? 걔로 할까? 블랙 쪽이 그거 아닌가? 두 가지 아닌가? 시리우스는 그나마 착한 편인데 시리우스가 아니면 걔는 그거잖아. 그럴까? 위로 올라가야 되나? 위에 계시나요? 아 그런데 이건
Mrs.
뭐 위에
Rabe
있네?
should be nearby.
아주머니 그거 좀 대화를 좀 하러 왔습니다. 여기
Oh,
계시네.
Isco, what have I done?
Yes, hello?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What
아
do you mean?
빵떡이네.
Why?
I'm a security guard at
왜 저렇게
Gringotts,
만들었을까?
and my
얼굴을.
husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up until I came home one night and found my husband gone and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well.
Mhm.
Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
아이, 제가 그렇게 쉽게 죽진 않아요.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
아이, 그럼요.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
두 명을 더 만나야 돼? 아, 여기는 못하니까 너무 아쉬운데.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check.
안녕하세요.
Please tell
안녕하세요.
me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles?
Yep.
All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing
아이,
this.
그럼요.
I know
조용히
Mr.
할게요.
Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no
야,
uncertain
원래
terms that my
결혼까지 해?
relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often."
협박
I've been
아니냐, 그
able to
정도면?
cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him
이제
rotting in
협박하는
Azkaban,
증거지,
but
저거는.
be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous.
아,
As for
그렇게
Rosie's letter,
현성한테 질 만큼
should you
약하진
happen
않아.
upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may
이용하면
destroy
내가
it immediately.
빨고 쓰지 않을까?
Understood.
어둠의 기술 쓰지 않을까?
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
그거 아니라면 나는
We're
뭐야?
on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
아브라 까다브라. 라스트 하나죠? 선생님, 그 좋은 말 전화로 왔거든요.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
아, 여기 있네.
Hello there.
안녕하세요.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me.
Yeah,
I
sure.
feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
아, 제대로 말씀하셔야죠.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry.
아이고.
As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went.
양아치네게.
I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help.
아, 그럼요.
Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
오케이, 다시 돌아갑시다. 만남의 장소로 돌아갔어. 이야기를 해주자고. 갑시다. 딴따라란. 조금씩 끊기는데 막 그렇게 불편하진 않아요. 나는 항상 얘기하잖아. 전투 때만 안 끊기면 나는 상관이 없다고. 이게 지금 눈이 좀 와가지고 그런 느낌인 것 같은데.
It's not like
자,
Natty's
어디
been
갔어 이
late.
새끼.
She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
멈춰. 갑자기 또 절로 간단 말이야? 땡고생했잖아. 아니면 그쪽 오라고 얘기를 해주든가. 아, 그러면 여기 다 찾고 글로 와라고 하면은 수고를 덜하지 않잖아, 친구야. 왜 귀찮게 그 두 번 그 해야 되겠니?
Natty must be around here
없는데?
somewhere.
아,
Natty's wand.
뭐야?
She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
뭐야?
None of
Revelio.
you students get
안녕하세요.
what's coming to them.
너네 이상한 짓 해봐. 아, 그냥 뭐 해버려야지. 어디 갔냐?
Natty must have been
아,
taken this
여기구나.
way. I need to find her
그
quickly.
은신처로 혼자 들어가시면 어떡해요, 선생님? 아까 또 일을 또 잡힌 건가? 아, 지팡이가 놔주는 거
The
있으면
footprints
잡힌
led to
거구나.
this room. There must be another way forward. Accio.
뭐야? 그거밖에 없는 거 아니야?
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
이거 먼저 하고 아, 끝까지 해야 돼 이거?
A hidden door.
그렇네. 어? 씨.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her
아,
quickly. Revelio.
그거를 하나씩 다 찾아줘야 돼? 홀리 몰리 마마.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
에반데 안 들킬 거긴 해요. 잘하면. 뭐 안 되면 어쩔 수 없고.
It's not gonna work. Using that girl as bait.
거기 어떻게 가? 여기 내려가는 길인데.
Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough think I'm
잠깐만.
in here alone.
아, 사람 개 많아. 위에
Revelio.
동전이 하나 있었는데? 아, 저 있다.
What? An aversion to the.
아, 동전 못 참지. 나 지금 돈이 좀 자금 좀 부족해서. 하나만 있을 때 조지는 게 제일
Can't
베스트긴
believe
한데.
we're forced to work with these goblins.
I've raided Roxborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves. They don't seem to care for me. Can't say I blame them.
You wouldn't last a week.
I hear you, whoever you are.
How did I get mixed up in this?
그러지 말고 새끼야. AI가 왜 됐다고야.
If it's that cat again, I'll. It's exhausting. Sense something afoot.
I brought every traveling vendor that's
아, 왜 이렇게
Better not be anyone there.
아니야.
Move for killing.
아니야. 예요. 뒤로 가세요, 선생님. 뒤로 가세요.
Pull yourself together. Can't be going about like
이렇게
this.
한 번에 안 죽는데, 그지?
this job and be done with it. Waste of time, this is. I hope
이렇게 한 번에 안 죽는다고 쟤는.
I ought to pay that pretty little shopkeeper in Bagan Tig a visit.
Keep on your toes.
Revelio.
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the Hogshead. Or perhaps I'll just stay now.
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that. He'll turn on us first.
믿지 마, 그러면.
I may go to Hogsmeade later, stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still.
Girls be nothing but trouble. About time we lost.
Petrificus totalis.
오, 씨, 걸릴 뻔.
Revelio.
와, 나 순간 걸릴 뻔했다, 순간. 야, 씨.
Oh,
꽤
I
위험했네.
fancy it's time we found a new
넌 뭐세요?
unsuspecting trader around these parts, don't
거기
you?
혼자 계세요?
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
상자를 싹 다 먹고 갈 거라. 아무도 날 막지 못하긴 해.
What?
아씨, 다 먹고 싶은데.
After our little visit.
욕심이긴 한데
Be
먹고
on the
싶긴 해.
lookout for the girl's friend, if they're daft enough to try to come through here.
They don't seem to care.
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert.
찾았다.
He'll be thrilled to have this back.
유명한 적인데 쟤. 그래, 잡긴 잡아야 되는데. 그때 모르죠?
Shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so.
왜 이렇게 빨라 저 새끼. 아씨, 잠깐만. 저 새끼 왜 이렇게 빠른데. 가까이 있으면 근데 들켜서 안 돼.
Revelio.
Don't stand a chance against us.
Students these days, so full of themselves. Suppose that's what we're counting on, innit?
일로 가야 되는데. 아, 일로 가야 되는구나.
I've robbed every traveling vendor that's passed through here. They never see it coming.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
아, 이렇게 하는구나.
Revelio.
상자 못 참지.
Hey,
상자는 먹어야지. 나 은신 좀 하는 편? 은신 내가 그렇게 막 잘 못하는 편은 아니라서 강만 보이면 싹 다 먹고 갈 수 있거든요? 근데 저런 거 돈 같은 거 솔직히 먹기 힘든데?
Concentrate.
갈 때 바로 잠궈야겠다.
Past me this time.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
안 기다려봐. 내가 널 구해줄 수 있을 것 같아.
Rockborough's always a treasure trove. Never fail to fill the sacks. Well, that's me, of
뭐요?
course.
내가 방금 잘못 들은 건가? 섹스를 들었는데? 아닌가? 잘못 들은 거겠죠? 내가 자막을 못 봐서 내가 잘못 들은 걸 수도 있어. 씨. 어허. 입조심, 입조심.
He'd better notice is all I can say. I'm better than the lot of them put together.
내가 잘못 들은 걸로.
Revelio.
잘못 들은 게 맞지. 쟤네 잡고 싶은데. 연애 편지를 찾으라고?
Shine.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
별로 어떻게 가냐?
Tell me to say nothing.
저쪽에 있을 것
Boss will
같은데.
deal with
내
her when he
생각은.
arrives.
저쪽 어떻게 가지?
To Rookwood and no one else.
저쪽에 저 상자에 있을 것 같은데.
Revelio.
별로 위로 올라가야 되잖아.
Disappoints.
거기 있구나. 아 여기구나. 아씨. 잘못 봤네 제가.
I used to be stationed near Irondale with Selwyn.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie.
됐다. 다 찾았다.
He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
찾고 잡으면 되지 않을까? 어떻게 내 티 찾고 잡으면 되지 않을까? 그죠? 천천히 하자. 굳이
Feldcroft was extraordinarily dull. Does no one put up a
굳이
good
그럴 필요
fight
없으니까
anymore?
내 티 먼저 찾고 그 다음 유명한 적 잡아로 늦진 않아요. 저 녀석이 그거라서 제일 잡아야
They teach
퀘스트
the
하나
dumb ones in
늘어나는
other
거니까.
schools. Why should Hogwarts be?
I raided Roxborough more times than I can count.
뭐야 왜 이래 갑자기 겁나 잘 뛰는데?
Revelio.
쟤 한 방에 안 죽어. 집행자 새끼는 한 번에 안 죽어요. 그죠? 쟤를 그럼 잡으면 안 돼. 그러면은
The girl's friend won't
얘만 땄고
Trafficus Totalis.
얘만 땄고
Revelio.
그렇지.
What was that sound?
네.
I don't want to work with goblins.
오늘
Not
해서
now, not
3, 2,
ever.
1
Rookwood's gone.
Petrificus Totalis.
그렇죠. 내 팀 먼저 찾을게요.
Revelio.
지금 상자 다 털게 털었거든? 오케이 저 동전들은 나중에
He
먹어도
must be
되니까.
here somewhere.
여기 있다.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need
여봐.
to do.
뭐야? 숨긴 상자가 있어?
Alohomora.
오. 투명 상자 뭔데? 전에. 찾았다 여기다. 짠. 아우 내 패드 진동. 이게 패드 장점. 진동으로 찾을 수 있다. 뭐냐? 라코의 지팡이? 아 너한테 지팡이를 줄 수 있구나. 안녕?
Mr. Rabe. Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
You're alright.
I am all right. Thank you for coming.
Mm-hmm.
These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
찾았어요.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby.
어.
Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
어제 해제해봐요 승님 이제. 열렸네? 오. 열려? 오. 싸우자 이제.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure.
음.
And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery.
잠깐만 뭔 소리냐?
I may be too weak to decide
Revelio.
you both, but I can try.
소리가 나는데 여기도?
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We
여기서
will
왜
get out of
소리가
here
나지?
on our own.
Very well. But be careful.
여기서 왜 필드 가는 소리가 나냐?
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
야, 이 새끼 잡을 건데?
I understand.
아, 저 안쪽이면 저 위쪽에 뭐가 있나 보다, 그죠? 자꾸 돌아다닐 건데, 그지?
You'll regret crossing my expulso.
Lumos, Bombarda.
나오자. 들어와.
Confringo. Descendo.
오 쉣. 와, 그 타이밍에 리덕토로 쓴다고?
Bombarda.
잘 가. 아, 너 잡아야 돼. 미션이야.
Revelio.
하나씩 털게요 이제. 못 털었던 것들을 좀 털자 이제. 유명한 적을 잡아야 되거든.
Petrificus totalis. Bombarda. Confringo.
Expulso.
Descendo.
This is not going well for you.
빠세.
Expelliarmus.
어디 새끼야. 아
They
좋다.
got what they deserved.
달다 달아. 아 너무 달아. 뭐야 처치 끝났어? 100마리 다 잡았어? 오케이. 챌린지 끝났네요. 너무 좋고. 오케이 챌린지 끝. 트롤 잡는 게 제일 귀찮네. 귀찮다고. 뭐야? 아 너야? 야게. 저 첫 번째 미션만 깨면 나머지는 어차피 되게 상관없잖아, 그죠? 이 그 퀘스트의 허점인데 무조건 안 들키고 가라는 법은 없잖아, 그지? 그러니까 무조건 그 안 들키고 여기를 탈출하는 법은 없잖아요.
Revelio.
그런 거지. 그러면 절로 가야 되는데 절로 어떻게 가? 그냥 왔던 길 돌아가면 되는 거 아니야? 그러게 왔던 길 그냥 돌아가면 될 것 같은데 위로 가라는데? 왜 위로 가? 그냥 대놓고 길을 찾았는데? I know. 이해했어요. 왜 위로 가라는지 알겠네. 이렇게 가라고? 왜 장관에 막혀있냐? 간다 수고. 수고하세요. 이렇게 가라고? 난 뭔 개소리가 했네. 씨.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow one.
뭔 소린가 했네. 누가 건물에 뛰어다니냐고요? 저 건물 이제 내 건물인데? 경관님 안녕하세요.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank
다 죽었으니까
goodness that
내
you are
선물이지.
safe.
네, 그거지. 안녕하세요. 나 트루슬레이어야.
Isco Rabe
그래?
told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe